So for a long time in our sport, we've always kind of had to mix together this hodgepodge combination of whitewater and fishing and wading gear to kind of come up with an outfit that made sense, that was functional for our sport. And for the first time, we've got a company that's come in and said, you know, we're going to design and devote an apparel line completely and specifically to kayak fishing. And so what Nrs has done is created this gear that's made for paddling with fishing in mind. And I think it's really kind of expanded the opportunities for anglers to protect themselves from the elements, but at the same time have some added functionality, have some added, you know, utility to the apparel that's really going to help you be a more efficient angler. Sun protection's really been important for me. You know, it's one of those things where you want something that's not going to make you really hot. It's not going to make you any hotter than you already are when you're out in the sun, but that's going to give you that SPF, going to give you that protection from the sun's rays. I think, you know, anglers always worry about protecting their eyes and wearing sunglasses, and I think it's just as, if not more important, to have sun protection gear that's going to protect your skin from the sun as well. Yeah, so for example, like these silk weight tops that Nrs makes, super comfortable. They're loose fitting, so they're cool. It's a really thin material. It's got a really good ratio of kind of being thin, but at the same time offering that sun protection that you need. It's also, again, just designed for paddling and fishing. So I mean, it's got the seams in different places than kind of a normal shirt would have, and that kind of, you know, avoids those high friction areas when you're paddling over a long day, so you're not going to be chafing and, you know, around your elbows or places like that. And particularly with the gloves, gloves are one thing that when fishing I've always hated wearing. I never liked wearing gloves. I never could find gloves that were comfortable, that didn't get in the way while I was fishing. And Nrs has really come out with a full line of gloves, everything from super lightweight sun protection with not much padding in the skeletons. So if I'm in a Hobie like this one and don't need that extra padding, I've got a glove solution that's going to give me protection from the sun, give me a little bit of padding around where I'm holding the rod, but still give me the dexterity and my fingers bare so that I can fish the way I want to. And then they move up to the Castaway Gloves, which are really similar. They just have a lot more padding. So if you have a paddle kayak and you're paddling all the time, it's going to help keep you from getting those blisters while still giving you that dexterity and allowing you to fish the way you want to. Convertible pants, that is what I wear every time I'm fishing when it's warm. You want something that's going to be lightweight, but obviously I never wear shorts on the kayak really, because your shins will just get burned every time. So I like the convertible pant option. I like to, you know, keep them on as pants, protect me from the sun, and then as it really starts to get hot, if the wind dies down and I'm just burning up, I can, you know, take off the bottom half, wear shorts for a little while, and then, you know, if I feel like I'm starting to get burned again, just put the bottom half back on. So it's a really nice option. Again, it's kind of got a little extra fabric in the knees. It's designed for paddling. It's easy to sit down and stand up in throughout the day. Easy to pedal in if you've got a Hobie or a native with the pedal drive. It's got kind of pockets in all the right places. There's no zipper in the back pockets, so you're not sitting on that zipper all day. Just a really well thought out pair of pants, again, that's specifically designed for our sport, and it really shows in the final product. You know, I always say that footwear is crucial for kayak fishing. I think one of the biggest advantages of kayak fishing is kind of being able to get off the grid, get in these remote areas, you know, access water that the boat guys can't get to. And so that often means you're dragging, you know, you get into shallow areas, you got to get out and wade around. So it's important to have shoes that are going to hold up to that, that have a really nice sole, they grip well so you're not slipping around. They need to be able to drain well, and they need to be able to dry out quickly so you're not sitting around with wet feet all day. And these crushes from Nrs really hit all those points really well. Really well made, really durable. They dry out quickly, and they drain. So as you're walking through that water, getting in and out of the kayak, you're not sitting there with water just sitting in your shoe. And in the end, I mean, one of the most important pieces of gear that I'm wearing from Nrs is the Nrs Chinook Pfd. I feel like just about every kayak angler that's been in the sport for any amount of time is familiar with it. I tell everyone that, you know, safety-wise, I never leave home without it. I never get on the water without it, but much more so than that, it's just a functional fishing tool. I mean, it's part of my arsenal, helps keep me organized. Pretty much every pocket has a designated piece of gear or tool that I put in it. And even when I'm fishing out of the kayak, I often find myself wearing it just because it helps keep me organized. So I'm not stumbling around trying to find what I need, when the fish are biting.